everyone, I'm Mama J, and today I would like to show you how to do the bobble stitch. I've worked up a little sample pattern here with 3 different sizes of bobbles just for you to be able to see if you work into the stitch multiple times. This one was worked 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. See the difference in the size there. All right, so the bobble stitch, this particular pattern is a 4-row repeat. And once you've gotten to that 4-row repeat, you just continue that until your piece is the size that you want it to be. The multiples are multiples of 4 plus 7. So you can work up any number of multiples of 4 in your foundation chain and then just add 7 after you get to the width that you want. So for today's demo, I'm going to be using this anti-pilling bamboo chunky yarn. It's a bulky 5 and uses a 6.5 millimeter K crochet hook. So I've got that and my hook, and we're ready to get started. So for our foundation chain, we're going to do the multiples of 4. So I'm going to do 16 for my demonstration, and then I'm going to add 7. So go ahead and work up your foundation chain, and I'll meet you at the end. All right, so I have my foundation chain, and that's 16 plus 7 at the end. So for this first row, it's going to all be half double crochet. I'm going to start in the 3rd chain from the hook with our first half double crochet. All right, then we're just going to continue in every chain of your foundation chain. We're going to do that half double crochet. For anyone that's new to crochet, a half double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, yarn over, draw up a loop, and then pull through all 3. All right, finish your first row of all half double crochet, and I will meet you back at the end. All right, I've finished my row of half double crochet, and that is the first row of this pattern. So for this next row, we're going to begin the bobble stitch. So I wanted to show you just a written out pattern for the bobble. What I mentioned earlier, where you work multiple times into the same stitch, you can see here, you yarn over, insert hook into the stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. You repeat that same process 3, 4, or 5 times, or more if you like, into that same stitch. The thing to keep in mind is you're always going to have 1 loop more than the number of times that you've worked into that stitch. So I'm going to use 4 today. So I'm going to always have 5 loops on my hook when I'm ready to pull through and create that bobble. So let's do the next row. This begins our 4-row repeat. We're going to turn our work and chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into that first stitch and the second stitch. All right, so in this 3rd stitch is going to be our first bobble. So you're going to yarn over, and you're going to insert your hook into that next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop. Now we've got 3, but we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those. So we're back down to 2. We're going to repeat that until I have 5 loops. So here's the second, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into that same stitch every time, yarn over and pull through 2. So now I have 4 and I just need 1 more. So we're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you'll see this is my original loop on my hook, and then you'll see these 4 that we've added. You can see where that's building up here. So now we're just going to yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. All right, so after that first bobble, the next is 3 single crochets. So that's 1 into the next 3 stitches. All right, so there's our 3 single crochet. Now we're ready for another bobble. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to repeat, so yarn over, insert into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, repeat, yarn over, insert into your stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. We've got 4 loops, and remember I said I needed 5, so we're going to go one more time. With each pass you add that 1 loop to your hook. So there's my original and there's my 4 that I've added. So yarn over and just draw through all 5. Okay, so there's your row repeat. You've got the bobble, 3 single crochet, bobble, 3 single crochet. Okay, so after our second bobble, we're going to do 3 more single crochet. I'll show you 1 more bobble and then I'll let you go to the end of the row. All right, so we've got our 3 single crochet. Now we're back to our bobble stitch. So yarn over, insert into that next stitch from your previous row, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, back into that same stitch, yarn over, and pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. We've got 1 more pass to go. Yarn over, pull through 2. So there's my 5 loops, and that completes my next bobble. All right, so continue that repeat. That's bobble, 3 single, bobble, 3 single, all the way to the end of the row until you have 3 stitches left. So go ahead and pause the video if you like, and I'll meet you at the other side. All right, so I'm down to my last 3 stitches. Because we want to match the beginning of our row, we had the 2 single crochet, and then we went straight into our repeat with that first bobble. So even though the bobble's part of the repeat, we still want 2 single crochet and a bobble. Because we stopped here with the 3, that would be our next. So we're going to bobble stitch into that 3rd from the last, yarn over, insert into that next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over back into that same stitch, pull through 2. We've got 4 and we need 1 more. So last pass, yarn over, insert back into that same, yarn over, pull through 2. And if you're having trouble with the yarns where their strands split, you can crochet a little looser and that will help draw that hook through a little bit better instead of getting caught up on the multiple strands of each. All right, so we had our 5 and we yarn over and pull through all 5. So these last 2 are just going to be a single crochet. All right, so that is row 1 of our 4-row repeat, and those are your first set of bobble stitches. All right, so for the next row, row 2 of our repeat, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to half double crochet into every stitch of the row. Just be careful that you're not missing the stitch right before the bobble. You need to pinch that out of the way and make sure you're capturing the one before and the one after. Because if you miss either one of those, then your count is going to be off for the next row. All right, so half double crochet in every stitch. That's the first. Here's our second hiding under that bobble. All right, so the bobble is the third, so we do have to stitch into that as well. You might need to turn that sideways a little bit so you can see the 2 strands of that closing stitch. All right, now we have 3 in between each bobble, so make sure you're watching that count as well. And there's that one hiding in front of the other, so there's 1, 2, 3 in between. All right, so next is our bobble. So we're going to half double crochet into it. Pick up both of those strands that make the V, because you don't want to pick up this front strand because you're taking away from your bobble there if you use that as part of that bobble stitch to crochet into. All right, so finish your row of half double crochet in every stitch all the way across, and I will meet you at the other side. Just don't forget, pinch that out of the way a little bit and just make sure you're catching every single one of those stitches before and after that bobble. All right, I have finished that row of half double crochet. So that's the second row of our repeat. Our first row was the 2 single crochet in the bobble stitch, 3 single crochet bobble stitch on to the last 2 single crochet of the row. And then the second row of the repeat was all half double crochet. So for the next row, we're going to do another bobble row, but instead of only indenting twice, we're going to go in 4 times. As I showed you in the sample, they're staggered. All right, so start the next row. We're going to turn our work. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first 4. So there's the first one, and that's that very first one. Don't skip that. 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then this next one is going to be our bobble stitch. And let me just turn this over a bit. You can see that that's going to end up right in the middle of those two from the previous bobble row. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times for a total of 4. Yarn over, pull through 2. Again, each time you're adding another loop, so to do this 4 times, I'm going to have 5 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. We got 4, so we need 1 more. So last pass, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and we have our 5. So now let's yarn over and pull through all 5. All right, so there's your beginning of your row repeat. You've got the bobble stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3, bobble stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more bobble, and then I'll let you go to the end. So there's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet. All right, so for our next bobble, yarn over, insert into that next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, back into that same stitch, pulling through 2, and I've got 1 more pass. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull through the first 2, and we have 5, and we're going to pull through all 5. All right, so go ahead and finish that row repeat, and that's bobble, 3 single crochet, bobble, 3 single crochet, bobble, 3 single crochet, and that'll get you to the last stitch of the row. So finish your row and I will meet you at the other side. All right, I'm down to the last stitch of the row, and you can see we've got our bobble stitch and then the 3 single crochet for that row repeat. So we're going to do the last single crochet of this row to give us 4, just like we had at the beginning of this row. All right, so that is the 3rd row of our 4-row repeat. We had our 2 single crochet bobble row, we had our row of half double crochet, and now we've got our 4 single crochet bobble row. You can see how that's taken shape. All right, so for the 4th row of this 4-row repeat, we're going to turn our work and we're back to the half double crochet row. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to do a half double crochet in every stitch of your row. So again, don't miss the one that's before and after that bobble. You might need to hunt around a little bit, pinch that bobble out of the way, but just make sure that you're capturing every one, because if you miss one stitch, then your numbers for the next row are going to be off. Turn sideways to find the 2 V's of that bobble stitch. All right, so go ahead and finish this row of half double crochet all the way across to the end. Okay, so I've finished the half double crochet row, and that completes that 4-row repeat pattern. So we've got our first row, which is half double crochet. You've got your 2 single crochet bobble stitch row, half double crochet row in between, 4 single crochet bobble stitch row, and a half double crochet. So you would repeat those 4 until your piece is the size that you want it. All right, so I want to show the written pattern here. You can just take a screen grab of that if you want, but this just shows the chain multiples of 4 plus 7. This is a 4-row repeat, and you'll see these highlighted by the pink font here. The first row is that 1 half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook and all the way across. Then you've got your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th row repeat. And then I've also included the written out instructions for that bobble stitch. Yarn over, insert hook into your stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, and you repeat that 3, 4, 5, how many ever times you choose. And just remember, you will always have 1 loop more than the number of times that you've worked into that stitch. So I thank you all for watching, and until next time, have a great day.